Hi, my name is Adi, and I'm a guide to product market fit. I work with entrepreneurs and founders and help them save time, money, and heartache on their journey to product market fit. And in today's video, I'm going to show you how you can measure product market fit in a B2C model. This is more relevant to early stage startups when there's not enough data or engagement of users, but you still want to make sure that you're on the right track. So let's start. So the first method is to use the NPS, the Net Promoter Score. It's fairly common, so you might already be using it. And just to explain a little bit about why to use it and how to use it, well, in B2C models, having product market fit is usually indicated by very strong organic growth. So users are talking about your product, they're saying how great it is, and more customers are coming to your funnel without you needing to advertise for it. And that's the best indication for product market fit, again, in a B2C model. We cannot always measure that, so a net promoter score is a proxy for that word of mouth. The way it works is you ask your audience a question: how likely are you to recommend this product or service to a friend or colleague? And they can give you an answer varying from 0 to 10, and you can calculate a net promoter score based on their answers. What you do is very simple. You look at those users that gave you a score of 7 or below, and they are called detractors. Those that gave you 7 or 8 are called neutrals. And if you have people that gave you 9 or 10, that's great. They are promoters. And to calculate the net promoter score is very basic, very simple. You just take the percentage of promoters and deduct the percentage of detractors, and you get a number. If that number is positive, meaning that you have more promoters than detractors, then you're in a good place. It means that you're on your way to product market fit. If the numbers are exceeding 50 or even 17, then that's like phenomenal, and you're probably on your way. But you have to remember that the NPS is very subjective, and it's just a proxy. And as an indicator for product market fit, it's nice to have, but it's not all the truth. For example, Facebook, at the height of their growth, they had an NPS of minus 14. So it means that it doesn't necessarily tell the entire picture. So you can use it in conjunction with additional tools. And let's have a look at those. So the second method that I'm going to talk about is the PMF survey. It was developed by Sean Ellis, which is a famous growth hacker, and it's further explained in pmfsurvey.com. You should definitely check it out. It has the same basic ease of usage. It's just one question. It goes like this: how would you feel if you could no longer use this product or service? And there are only 4 answers your users can answer: very disappointed, somewhat disappointed, not disappointed, or not available, not applicable, as we're no longer using the product. Now, there is a benchmark that you need to aim for, and that is around the 40%. If you have more than 40% of your users saying, hey, we would be very disappointed, then you're on your track, on your way to product market fit. But you can do some very interesting things with the results of that single question. You look at those that chose to say we would be very disappointed, and you try to see what's their persona, or what were their motivation, or where did they come to your funnel from. And then you can fine-tune your marketing to get more of those audience. So I'll give an example. Say that your product is for developers, both front-end and back-end. But when you look at the results of the PMF survey, you see that front-end developers are more likely to be very disappointed. That means that you have a stronger fit with front-end developers than with back-end developers. You go to your marketing and you fine-tune the messaging and maybe even the channels, so you can bring more front-end developers to your funnel. The end result would be that you would get more people saying we would be very disappointed. So just from that single question, you can learn a lot on how you can improve your fit by tweaking your messaging and finding the right audience. You can also add follow-up questions. For example, if you could no longer use, what would you use instead? And this can give you a benchmark of what is your competitors or the alternatives that your users, hardcore users, though that would be very disappointed, what would they use? Maybe they'll go for Amazon or maybe the local bookstore, and that can help you position yourself in the market. There are additional things, and you can read more about it in pmfsurvey.com. The third option is a little bit more extreme. I call it hold and listen. The basic idea behind it is that you do no marketing. if product market fit in a B2C model is mostly about organic growth, then let's rely solely on organic growth. Now, this is not a long-term solution. It's just a test you can do for a week or two. Hold all marketing and see if any traffic is coming at all, where is it coming from, why is it coming from, and how you can amplify that. And by that, you can understand what your organic audience are coming from, are they looking for, and you can heighten that. So it's a bit risky because not everyone would be willing to stop on marketing. But if you do it for a week or two and you're ready for it and you're allocating the resources to measure whatever traffic is coming, then you can gain a lot of insights simply by holding and listening. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. Feel free to connect with me on my website or by email if you have any questions. You can also check in the descriptions. I added a link to a quiz that can help you see if you're on the right track to product market fit. It's short and can be very insightful, so I highly recommend it. And if you have questions, put them in the comments and I'll be sure to answer all of them as best I can. Take care and all the best.